This is Barbara, the unconventional clinician, and I'm here to talk to you about some unconventional ideas that when it comes to stuttering. So I hope that you'll join me and put down your questions if you have them. I hope I can see them because I'm using my telephone today. I'm not used to using the telephone to do these lives, and I'm not sure exactly if I can see the questions. Maybe somebody can give me a like so I can see what I can see. And I don't see anything. I don't see any likes here. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to see your questions real time. I hope so. But I'm giving another talk today about some really important issues when it comes to stuttering. And that's what I've been doing lately. I have learned so much about stuttering in the more than 30 decades that I have been working with people who stutter. And I just don't want to hold this in. I want you to all know about it. It is important. It's important stuff. I didn't know this when I began as a clinician. And you know, I've spent lots of years learning. So I really want to share everything I've learned with you. I don't want anybody who stutters to have to go down the wrong path. And just today, I spoke with the mother. I do see you. I do see you. Hi, Henry. Good. So if you have questions about the subject, you can put them down, and I guess I will see them. So just today, I spoke with a mother of an 11-year-old boy who just started to stutter. And she told me what they have been doing to try and help him. And he's stuttering more and more and more. He just recently began to stutter, but because he was told to control his words and to think what sounds and to avoid saying certain sounds and use an H sound instead of a P sound because he always had trouble with his P sounds, he's just gotten to stutter more. And it breaks my heart. It really does. Because I know it doesn't have to be that way. So today's topic is about timing. And I know that I am not the first clinician who has brought up the subject of timing, and I think lots of people who stutter even say to me, you know, the problem with me is that I think faster than I speak. A lot of people think that's true. Well, it's not exactly that way, but there's something in it. However, that's only one of the things that people look at when it comes to timing. Hi, Linda. Nice to see you here. And so one of the other things that I remember as a young clinician, I learned that we were supposed to have our clients do is time the beginning of the syllable, of the first syllable, to the breath. Well, how are you supposed to think about all of that? How are you supposed to think about how to coordinate your thoughts with your language? These things, people are onto something, that there's something with timing. But the problem is that there isn't a full understanding of what this timing issue is. And I want to explain that to you a bit. And also, what people usually say is if there's a problem with the timing, let's try to control it. Let's try and figure out how I can time my words with my thoughts or my syllables with my breath. And I'm going to really work at trying to control all this. Well, here comes Barbara, the unconventional clinician. And I'm going to tell you that whatever problems there are in timing, it's because you're trying to control things. It's because you're looking at how to do things when you're speaking. Right now, I'm speaking to you, and I'm not thinking how to do anything. I'm thinking maybe how to get to the messages here, but I'm not thinking about how to talk. So, what I am thinking about is the message that I want to get across to you. And so, where does this timing come from? And what are we supposed to be timing? These are two things that I want to talk about now. Well, the timing is with what I spoke to you about in previous Facebook Lives. And if you missed them, go into my YouTube channel. They're all there. When you're speaking, we know that the system involves thinking your thoughts. They transform into language. Okay? Are we doing one thing faster than the other? Don't worry about it. That happens automatically. So, thoughts, language development, you have to turn your voice on, and you have to, of course, articulate your voice. So all these things, and you do breathe too at the same time. So all of these things happen together. And how are we going to time it? How are we going to coordinate all this? What timing should there be? Should I go slow? Oh, maybe I should speak slowly because that's a problem. Well, speaking slowly does not necessarily help at all. We can discuss that in a minute. But what to do? The timing has to come from inside, from your automatic system. And it is so intricate. And it gets down to, I don't know exactly, but I'd say shorter than 1/10 of a second difference in time between when the thought comes into your head and when it becomes a speech sound. It's probably even less than that. And maybe some of the scientists out there know the exact map, but it's little, really little. And when you're speaking, you cannot be aware of this. And so you have to let your automatic system do the timing. But what you're doing when you try to prepare your speech, when you try to think of what you're going to say, when you know the word a split second before you go to say it, and you think you should, that's when your timing's going to go all wrong. So, your timing will happen automatically, and it does when you forget you're speaking. Every one of you out there who stutter, there are times when your automatic system is timing everything really correctly. But then if you start taking control of any one part of the system, you are going to throw that timing off. So you have to let go. You have to see that you don't control the coordination of all the different elements in the system. It's really important. So now what I want to talk to you about that has to do with timing already is that, hi Kinneret. So I want to talk to you about speaking slowly. And a lot of people think, well, I speak so fast, or that's my problem. I have to slow down. And sometimes when you do slow down, you might stutter less. However, that's only because you're doing something in your system that doesn't allow you to do it at the normal rate of speaking. In the normal rate of speaking, and it ranges, I know I'm personally kind of a slow speaker, I think. I tend to speak slower than other people do. I didn't think I did, but I guess I do, because people tell me that I'm speaking too slowly. But that's okay. That's me, and I gotta be me. So, if your system is working automatically, you will be able to speak within the normal range. And sometimes you will want to speak faster, and sometimes you will want to speak slower. And what we say, we speak one syllable after another. We might not realize it, but that's what we do. And so some of the syllables are longer and some of them are shorter. We don't want to make them all the same. That's when you begin to sound monotonous and monotonous. And see, it depends on how you pronounce the syllables. We want our syllables to fit whatever the length our language dictates. So in some languages, you might say Kojiko, which is I guess, an internet or television service in Canada. You might say Kojiko, or you might say Kojiko. Same thing, but you put the emphasis on a different place. So this is what happens when we're speaking, and all this happens automatically. We don't think about it. And the problem is, I know you guys, you want to help yourselves. I know if you stutter, you really want to do something to help yourself. But by thinking about these things and by saying, I'm going to try to speak slowly, or I'm going to try to vary my syllable length, or I'm going to try to do anything, you're just going to cause yourself problems. You know what? Stuttering can be overcome. People who stutter are capable of using their system normally. But capable doesn't mean that that's what you do. And the reason that you probably aren't doing it is probably because you think that you have to do some kind of something to coordinate your thoughts with your language, with your voice, with your breathing, with your mouth, and you don't. And you can, if you're using your system normally, you can do it at any rate. And by the way, there's another thing I want to say. I've asked my clients very often who have gone through some kind of therapy and were taught to speak slowly. I said, can you show me, give me a sample of what you're doing when you speak slowly? And what they show me is everybody does it in a different way. So speaking slowly or speaking quickly is not always the same for two different people. So what I do is I teach people how to speak naturally, normally. And when you get this way of speaking naturally, normally, then you can speak at any rate that you choose, at any rate that fits the content of what you're saying. So this is all very important. Timing is a big issue. The idea of I think faster than I speak, that's because you're thinking about speaking. You could be transforming your language as fast as you're thinking if you don't pay attention to it, if you don't try to control it, then you wouldn't be thinking faster than you can speak. The reason it happens, and yes, it's happening, but the reason it happens is because you have too much control. Okay, I'm sure there's people out there watching this video who say, nonsense, people who stutter need to learn speech controls. Okay, try it. Try it that way. And then try it this way. And you know what? I know you're going to love this way because this is nature's way. It's a great way. And I hope that you will all start letting your normal system be. Let it exist. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I don't have another talk planned for next week, but I will be doing more, and I want to give you a big heads up. I have a surprise. I am planning to give a course, a video course on stuttering that is going to be something that everybody who's interested in stuttering is really going to want to get their hands on. And you know what the best part is? It's free. This course is going to be free. So you stay tuned to my to my Facebook page, and you can also go on my website, and when it is ready, it's right down the way. When it's ready, you'll click on it and you will receive this recorded course that could very well change your life or the life of your child if you're a parent of somebody who stutters, or if you're a clinician. It could change also the way you approach stuttering, and really you'll have so much satisfaction in what you do. So bye for now. We'll be in touch, and make sure to click on my webpage to get further information about all of the activities that are going to be coming up. See you later. Bye-bye.